Sports, baby, and just wanting to let you know that I'm slowly getting back into the groove. And public service announcement: New Gaming Order will be back in full force next week. All right, and I have some surprises outside of just the Tuesdays, so just stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna make the formal announcement until I can make sure that I have the people in place to knock this thing out. So let's get this intro started. This is Alex Lexus of the New Gaming Order under Fullscreen.net, our partners. Check them out. Let's open up the reactor. Courtesy of Michael Hurdle of michaelhurdle.com, talented graphic designer. Check it out for your graphic design needs. We are off and popping New Gaming Order. So here we go. I didn't even get changed from work, being up in the corporate sector and all that, and it's hot as all hell up in here. And you would think because I'm from Haiti I can take hot weather. Like, what the heck? It's crazy. But anyway, what a time to be into fighting games. I tell you, I took my break from Street Fighter V for a little bit. Abigail kind of is stirring the pot, heating up the kettle a little bit. We got the gears starting to move. And considering I want to have a full-on podcast with the rest of the staff via Thumb Thrasher Gaming, Geeking Out, and the other New Gaming Order members that I'm gonna rally the troops to get up and running. So with that being said, I wanted to give a shout out to NYC Playboy. He's talking about hookahs over here. But Abigail, I just wanted to touch on his look now that some of his gameplay info has been put out there. He's not a 100% grappler. I think he just has the Abigail grab special. Other than that, he's like a heavy hitter. I was talking to Shinwar, I think earlier today, about how massive, 8 feet tall, bigger than Hugo, bigger than Zangief, Birdie, bigger than Alex. Like that's ridiculous. And I did have some gripes, but I'm not too mad. It's like, okay, this is years after, Final Fight 1 took place, which is the one and only time we saw Hugo. Aside from, I think in Alpha 2, he was in the Mad Gear stage and like in the background of some games and stuff like that. So this is the first time he's been put out to the forefront like that. And what a smart move, because there's so much obscurity with his storyline or just his background. They can put him in Street Fighter V and flesh it out and do whatever they want. Creative freedom. You got like with Ed, and who he's attached to with Rose's Apprentice and such. Moving Street Fighter into the new generation, pretty cool. And I like that Abigail has been around for a while. You kind of see he looks a bit aged a bit too. So it's believable. I like that. So with that, just gonna put some background video. I don't want you to getting bored by me and anything, but I don't know what to say. Like, I was kind of mixed reviews with how Abigail's proportions are. Like, his shoulders and his fists are bigger than his freaking head, but then if you remember how he played or what he looked like in Final Fight, he looked proportionate. Like, yeah, he was bigger than the guy Cody and Hagar, but like that took it to a whole cartoony, goofy level. And especially when he came in like okay, I had a vision of Abigail being this Potemkin type, personality, and it's just I don't know. I don't hate it, but I'm not too in love with it right now. But it's what it is. Now, Playboy, this was just spur of the moment because this is supposed to be short. Next week, we're going to be back at the forefront, 100% Tuesday nights for the main show, and some other dates to be announced. So, I'll keep you guys in the loop. I don't want to leave anybody out there like that. But, in any case, I do want to look at some of the scans, but now talking about some Dragon Ball, oh my gosh. There were some reports that they had MVCI. There's videos actually surfacing where you had all the Dragon Ball Fighters consoles set up, and everybody the calamity was all by the Dragon Ball section, but then you only had a few people playing MVCI, and that's not a good look. You know what I mean? The game is not. MVCI is further along in development than you know, Dragon Ball Fighters. So Capcom, step your game up, because now you got some stiff competition. And I called it. I said, if Arc Systems had how can I say, if they get the right game in place, like Guilty Gear, for me, I was a fan since day one, you know, and I knew one day they would get that franchise that would put them over the edge, and to show that, hey, there's more than just Capcom out there. And look at this, Vegeta, and how the attention to detail. But of course, you want to see original content. You have BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, that's fine. But for them to take this undertaking is fantastic. And now that we have the Trunks reveal, and you know, kind of touching on there's some reveals with Piccolo and Krillin. So there's some scans out, courtesy of EventHubs.com. It's legit. I was blown away. And here's my thing: if you have Dragon Ball Fighters, right, and you know who the mainstays are gonna be, like there's this Piccolo. There's no way he wasn't gonna be in the game. And by the way, Piccolo in New Gaming Order is an NYC Playboy. I'm just saying. I see you watching in the chat. But yeah, Piccolo had to be in the game. There's just no way you can leave him out of the cast. Point blank, period. Done. Alright. Now, Krillin, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised either. Like, I would say this. A good bar to measure who's going to be in Dragon Ball Fighters, just look at the Z Fighters. Like, I think by default, they will be in the game. You know? But, Playboy, okay. There are other characters that portray black people, okay? Like, I think Piccolo's more Indian mixed, or, you know, that I had that, you know, thought in my head, like he's the only representation of like a African American or minority type in there, but yeah. Mr. Popo, I think Mr. Popo's like Indian also, you know, because in the original Dragon Ball, they were like boxers that had like the whole, you know, black oil skin and the lips. But this is taking a dark turn. I don't even want to go there, so we'll leave that alone. But yeah, I am happy that Krillin is gonna be in there. You're gonna get some Destructo Disc and all that. Now here's my thing: when the game does come out, right? I hope that they do keep all of the original voice actors, with the we know Frieza from the original US voice. I believe they had to make a change, or I forgot the story behind it. Shinwa would know, but yeah, I mean, even with Gohan, you know, it was a female, a singer, and she had to do her thing, and so they switched it up a little bit. So, but whoever is on Dragon Ball Super right now, and you know, just like the legacy folks like Android 16 and so on and so forth, I believe that they will definitely make a an appearance. Now, I understand that the aim is, it seems like quality over quantity, so the roster for Dragon Ball Fighters won't be too large, but I just hope for right now put all their energy and efforts into the Z Fighters and the key villains, and then always keep the possibility of download content for Dragon Ball Super characters. You know, you got Hit, you got all these other people that are joining the cast, so it's all good. Why the on-stream dono not working? What are you talking about? You said dono. I don't know. But there you have it. You know, Krillin and Piccolo confirmed to be joining the cast. Now we're waiting for reveal trailers, you know, cause I have, okay, Playboy, the reason why I have it tilted like that is because when I'm actually talking on the audio, I have to have one ear out, because it kind of, think like a deaf person, like they can't really hear themselves, so you know, I'm trying to regulate my voice, so that's why I always keep it tilted. So, not to insult anybody, it's just a realistic thing. Like, you know. Oh, PayPal? You know what? I gotta check, because I guess my former partner might have changed the format. But if anybody wants to donate to the New Gaming Order, the PayPal, you can find me under AlexLexus2000. I will actually put that in the chat right now. You were talking about Dono. I thought you were talking about my dome or something. But yeah, let me get that out to MIC Playboy. Yeah, anything that is donated to the show will definitely go to equipment, and you can find me at AlexLexus2000. I didn't even know that it was changed, but yeah, there was a lot of changes behind the scenes with New Gaming Order, so I gotta get that fixed. But I'll set up a Patreon page and a couple other things as well, so we'll get that fixed. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just do a quick intermission. I'll be right back. I'm back, bitches. I'm back. I had to fix something real quick. So, with that being said, and I got all these damn thingies in there. So, we were talking about the Dragon Ball fighters and so on and so forth, but getting back to the roster, Beerus, Whis have to be in the game on some level, and whoever that they pick, make sure they pick the best version of every character, the most iconic version of every character. You know, I'm hoping that there's some sort of DLC or costume switching, just like Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I mean, Xenoverse is a good template as to what should be in there, and I get it, like, you're not gonna have your created character, but you know, yeah, just to show the progression, like even like a Gohan with a young Saiyaman type outfit, you know, just something with there. No, wait. Oh, did it? Oh, you know what? I probably don't have the notification on here. Let me see. Playboy, it's on the other preset, so I'm gonna get that put onto the podcast overlay and get that fixed. So if it went, then I'll get the notification on the phone. And thank you for being so generous. The machine that you donated to the company has been putting through the brakes, man. Like, that's been the powerhouse. But anyway, just being a little informal. Now, one last thing. Getting back to Arc System Works. There's a potential negotiation going on between an Arc Systems and SNK crossover fighting game. Holy hell, I just wanted to like just say, really? Here's my thing. If that does happen, if Arc System Works takes that undertaking and does a SNK crossover fighter, please, my one request is this. Take some of the King of Fighters 13 graphics and put it with the Guilty Gear / Dragon Ball fighters. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. You know, taking the a fusion of the two. But here's the thing: Arc Systems, their characters like Ragna, Soul, you know, you can think of Hakuman. You know, they're a little more grandiose, more anime-like-ish. You know, so I don't know how well that would translate over with SNK, or somewhere they're gonna have to meet in the middle, but we'll see. I mean, oh, and Playboy made some good stuff like King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, and DBZ. You know, well, not DBZ per se. We're talking more like Persona, not Persona, but freaking Guilty Gear and Blast Blue. I potentially see those characters being more utilized in that crossover. But yeah, imagine a crossover like that. If that is successful, or if it does come to pass, I 100% will say on record that Capcom versus Arc Systems will happen, guaranteed. And that right there will probably be the best fighting game ever if it's a collaboration of the two engines and such. And you know, Playboy is going back to Art of Fighting. I mean, there's just so much potential for if that does happen, you know. But what a time to be into fighters right now, because it's just, whew, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now. But you know, just leave your comments below. What do you think? You know, again, I might be beating on a dead horse saying that, hey, who do you want to see in Dragon Ball FighterZ? And open up the discussion to say, hey, what if this SNK versus Arc Systems does come to pass? And what would you like to see in that roster? You know, I'm gonna start putting polls, not stripper polls, but polls in the New Gaming Order Facebook to actually see what everybody thinks. You know, so I'm getting some activity in the chat. So let me see what you guys are saying. Alrighty. PJ, Mr. Project Justice, what's going on? You know what, PJ, you know I love you, bro, and we're always making jokes, but you are New Gaming Order's Abigail. Oh, the gentle giant, saving people. Well, yeah, and Android 17, I said that earlier in the broadcast. And Playboy, you know what I was saying. You know what I was saying. I did not mean stripper poles. Unbelievable. Yeah, PJ, you should cosplay as Abigail for New York Comic Con, because we know we're gonna see you there. So let's make that happen. Hit Injurian. Okay. I did say that, like, Dragon Ball FighterZ, if they have a default roster, make it the Z Fighters and the main villains, and then slowly, you know, put the rest of them out. You know, I hope that is just nothing like they just give us a roster and that's it, you know. But you and this Zazimel, you know what, I was gonna make some jokes. New Gaming Order, NYC Playboy went cosplaying to different events, and I have to give him credit. He really put effort into his outfit. But you know, one of the poses was a bit suspect, bruh. You know, I don't want to get on you with this, but it's all good. Yeah, you and your high, you New Gaming Order. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you read the shenanigans in the chat. Unbelievable. But yeah, once I archive this on YouTube, go there. Any sub, any like to the video definitely helps us with full screen. So you know, I will, you know, shift focus and make sure that everything is over there. But while I have you guys in the chat, I just want to know, Project Justice, question to you: if SNK and Arc Systems does a crossover, you know, what do you think can potentially come out of that? You know, because man, I have so many ideas in my head, but I'm pretty sure that game has to be far off, because they're already working knee deep in Dragon Ball, unless they have another team that's gonna work on SNK versus Arc Systems. But man, look at how Capcom messed up with that one. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be multi-console. So, last but not least, I heard some news. Talking about the Eureka FighterZ EX that might be a PlayStation console exclusive. That's heartbreaking, because everybody deserves to play that game. You know, it is what it is. What can you do? And NYC Playboy, check out the Geese reaction trailer that I did. You know. Well, now responding to Playboy in the chat, all fighting games should be on all systems. Capcom going exclusive is dumb. Yeah, but this is Eureka. They're the ones that own the Street Fighter EX license to the Eureka characters, and it's rumored that it may be a PlayStation exclusive. I hope that it comes to PC so that the Xbox guys who won't have access to that can still play it. So it's getting to that point where blocking people off because of the platform they decide to use, that's bullshit. Like, they really need to stop it. You know, I don't know if it's lack of development money or Sony bankrolls them, but that's anti-gamer right there. You know, it's not a fanboy thing. Like, I just feel that everybody should get a chance to play. It's not the Berlin Wall and the whole shit with Sony and the whole digital wall where they don't want to do crossplay and their investors, and yeah, they need to get their life with that, but it's whatever. But with that, I'm gonna bring the podcast to a close. This wasn't even supposed to be that long, and I owed it to the audience to give you guys a show. You know, yeah, I took last week off because I'm dealing with stuff. I'm doing a little better. My mom is, you know, getting through the fight with the cancer and everything, but I'm, you know, under the grace of God, she's gonna beat this thing, you know. And then my other issues, you know, only God will either restore or have me move on from it. But with that being said, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest. I want to thank you guys for watching. You know, and like I said, any donation that goes to the show will go to its enhancements. And if you're a new fan of New Gaming Order, or you're just checking out this channel via a recommendation, or you saw us on like a feed or something, you know, go back and check some of our older content. You know, due to copyright reasons, I had to change some of my practices, and you know, now that we're under full screen, we don't want to get ourselves in any trouble. But yeah, thank you, Playboy, for sending positive energy my way, man. You know, right now I gotta hold it down and make some life plans and possibly some changes. If one change happens, New Gaming Order will be offline for like a month or 2 months or even longer, but it depends on if, you know, the Lord has it in his will for me to take care of business. You know, New Gaming Order audience, for our regulars, you know I love you very much. For our staff members, don't worry, next week we're gonna be up and running, taking care of business, pimp smacking and juggernaut crushing. This has been Alex Lexus of the New Gaming Order. We ain't going nowhere, just on a little hiatus. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.